What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today is April the 28th. Give you a quick pre-market update, go over some of the hot movers and what big money is doing today. Before we get into any of that though, make sure to hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. Starting off with data points, don't really have a whole lot today. I think the focus, at least for right now, is still tariffs and companies unveiling their earnings. So last minute jitters, I guess, when it comes down to that. So Dow is down 0.12, S&P down 0.15, NASDAQ down 0.25. Nothing crazy whatsoever, so that could be made up within like a heartbeat. So I'm not really worried about that whatsoever. But aside from that, fear and greed index has really improved, meaning people's appetite for risk is improving and kind of increasing. So fear and greed index is under the fear category 35. So pretty good stuff in that regard. And these are some of the companies unveiling their earnings this week. So MGM, a key one for today, and then a couple others as you can kind of see. But aside from that though, getting right to it, SoFi is up in the pre-market. No news though, no SEC filings, a lot of just hype associated to the earnings, which is coming out before the market does open tomorrow. So SoFi is getting a lot of volume. Aside from that, shorts aren't really doing anything this morning. 13.54% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 145.83 million shares. So shorts have really been trying to suppress it, doubling down, as you can kind of see right here. Actually, I'll make this a little bit bigger. So yeah, so you can see shorts recently did double down. So it went from about 12% to where it is now. Nothing substantial, but still they're trying to do everything they can to suppress it. For today though, with it at 13.11, trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 14.01 is going to be that next strong target / resistance, and then 12.46 is going to be the next strong support. I don't see that pivot point being touched, so that's 12.46. I don't see that being touched today. Possibly, dependent on the momentum behind it and the FOMO, you could see that 14.01 touched. During the overnight trading, I believe SoFi did hit 13.30 or somewhere around there in the 30s. So there's some like willingness to buy at those levels, and it wasn't chump change, a lot of volume getting in. So yeah, just let me know your viewpoint on that. Moving on, BigBear, ticker BBAI, is up 8.75%. No news, no SEC filings. They're still piggybacking off of the news that came out Thursday. So that's what fueled it on Friday, and also just pretty much kind of giving it a nice boost higher. And I think BigBear is a good kind of example of this. So people's appetite for risk increasing, very big momentum play, and so that's what's giving it a second life for the most part. 19.32% of the free float is being shorted, works out to be 55.17 million shares. Even though shorts haven't really been doing all that much recently, they did double down on the Friday. So I think they are trying to suppress it. So they're very reactive to the price increasing. So as far as some support and resistance points, things that you need to keep in mind with it right now at $3.80, it is right above this pivot point. So 377 will be a strong support. Just watch for that to hold. Flip side, 486 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. So in my opinion, I think it might be flirting with this pivot point throughout the day. Both above and below it, potentially dependent on what happens during the trading day. You could see maybe this R1 being touched, but that might be coming in the next couple of trading days once the market gains some further momentum. So let me know your viewpoint on that. NIO is up 1.24%. No news, no SEC filings. A lot of good PR over the weekend though has come out about the launch, Firefly launch. Can't speak this morning, but yeah, aside from that, I think just NIO only did go down on Friday because of it on a technical standpoint. So I think it will be starting to have a secondary run to that 50-day moving average, which is a very big deal for NIO. Shorts aren't really doing anything this morning. 13.13% of the free floats being shorted. Works out to be 208.8 million shares overall are being shorted. A couple of key points with it at 408, trading between this pivot and this S1. So 356 is going to be a strong support. I don't see that being touched today. And then 429 is going to be the next strong target, and potentially, given the circumstances, maybe might be touched, but again, I don't really see that even being touched. It might kind of inch up to that point, but might not break above it. But over the next couple of trading days, I think that is going to be the target for NIO and where it's going to be heading. Tesla is up 1.05%. So this seems to be a unstoppable beast of a stock. So absolutely amazing stuff. It's kind of funny though, a lot of people are calling out Tesla because of their, I guess if you want to call it, lackluster earnings and this. So people spent decades investing, and then Tesla just says, F what you thought, I'm just going to do what the hell I want. So it's gaining some pretty good momentum, so up 1.2%, and over the last 5 days up 24.11%. So crazy stuff. 2.88% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 80.82 million shares. Shorts have been fairly reactive and have been increasing their position, so they are pretty much calling out Tesla, and they are probably part of that camp that feels that Tesla shouldn't have gone up post earnings. But right now, given the circumstances, with it at 288, it is trading between this R1 and the pivot. So 293 is going to be a strong kind of target that you'll want to see Tesla hit, and then 260 will be a strong support. And then last but not least, ticker is AUR, and so they are up 9.3%. And there wasn't any official news that has come out that's drawing attention to them, rather a couple articles. And so one of which just shows that MetLife did make a brand new position, I believe, or increase their position. And so they did buy additional 41,000 shares, nothing overly crazy. And then the second one was a little bit more optimistic. So is ticker AUR are among the best self-driving car stocks to buy according to analysts. So yeah, I think just that is drawing some attention to it. At the same time, it's somewhat heavily shorted-ish, but 8.74% of the free floats being shorted, works out to be 90.08 million shares. I see a lot of people online kind of talking about Aurora being a squeeze play, so do your own due diligence. I don't really see it that much, especially with the utilization at 22% and everything. So again, you never know, anything is possible with the market, and Tesla is a good example of that. But right now with that 755 trading right below this R1, so 759 is going to be that key pivot that you really want to watch for it to get above. 807 will be the kind of target for that, and then right here 682 will be a strong support. I don't see that pivot point being touched, so most likely it'll just be flirting with this R1, maybe a little bit of a burst to this R2, but I think it'll be kind of sticking to that range. So if you're day trading, just obviously trade accordingly. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. And with all that, appreciate all of you watching.